stream. Today, again, we're at Christina's parents' apartment.
Yeah, because they are still in Kropivnitsky, they decided to come to Kiev a bit later.
Chapati is.
And we are using this time in order to live with electricity, which is always amazing. I'm not sure that we are live
Why?
because I cannot see us live.
You may go and see.
Okay.
Chappy,
Yes.
come on.
Chappy again. Hi,
Wow.
Jackie.
Did you want to kiss me? Did you want to kiss me?
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for joining. Hey, Jackie.
Yes, you see us. Hi, June.
June is here. Okay, so how was our week?
This week was mad,
Why was
like
it?
many other weeks during the last year, but this was especially roller coaster one because first part of the week I was so much depressed, like after that tragedy in Dnipro, then just in a day or two, we had one other tragedy when most of our Ministry of
Inner
Affairs was uh, died in a helicopter accident. It's still quite and very possible that it happened because of the terror act, that it was made by Russia.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows, but it's quite likely. But
I would not speculate. We don't know it, but it's a great loss for us.
It's a great loss, and yeah, we were sure that this week you will feel better during the stream. No,
Come on.
wait.
What do you want? Do you want to play with us? What do you want? Okay. Talk to me. Do you want to play?
Yeah, but for you to understand, it's not that Chapati is always in such a condition. So it's usually that our streams provoke it, or any video chats. So when we start to talk with a computer, as Chapati sees that, it drives her crazy.
Yeah, so it's happening really seldom. Okay, let's. I will play with her.
Yeah, play with her. I will try to continue the topic. Come on. Play. Come play. Come. Just a moment, sorry.
You like it?
Yeah, so in any case, it's a big tragedy. It's not only those ministers died, also children in the kindergarten, because as far as people who witnessed this tragedy, they understood that probably this helicopter, it knew that it was going to crash, but they were choosing where to fall, and there was uh, not a very good choice. One was a big building, the other was a small building, and probably they decided that coming to a small building will make not so many people die, but it came out that it was a kindergarten. Yeah, so after all this, I felt really depressed for probably 3 or 4 days. I couldn't communicate at all. I I couldn't answer the calls. I couldn't answer SMS. I just was like, somewhere inside my own shell, out of any energy, out of anything. Uh, but again, as I've told you so many times, when you live in such a reality for such a long while, you are getting used to everything. So few days passed, I started to feel better because, well, in order to live your life, you have to functionate somehow. Yep, you need energy even to eat some food and cook some food. Yeah, so after a few days, I started to feel a bit better, and then yesterday was already much better day because there was this Rammstein meeting, and we are getting kind of a lot of new amazing weapon which will help us defend our land. Unfortunately, still there is this huge trouble with tanks. So Germany still resists to give us tanks, which are absolutely crucial for us. But still, there are many other weapons which are going to be given to us, and this is amazing. And we do really hope that sooner or later we will get those tanks. Yeah, what else? I will check out your messages. Eugene, maybe you will also try to tell something. I think Chappie is a bit better right now.
Okay.
June is asking how is Chapati. Hello, Savarna. Glad to see you. Chapati is much better. Her hit is almost
Over?
over. But as you see, she's still too emotional during our streams. But I'm sure that next week she will definitely be much better. But during the whole week, she was absolutely fine. So
No
it's
explosions?
yeah, there were no explosions during this week. What else? Yeah, and while we are not having streams, Chappie feels absolutely great, and she doesn't have this emotional moments. So I would say that everything is fine in this question. Yeah, by the way, maybe not all of you know this, but we didn't sterilize Chapati because our previous dog died because of the sterilization surgery, and it made such big trauma in our hearts that when we found Chapati, we were really afraid to do that. So of course now at some points when we see her in such conditions, we feel really bad. We we understand that maybe it wasn't an absolutely right choice of us, but you know there are so many vets who don't think that sterilization is absolutely important, that it actually really helps to prevent all those troubles which can be. So of course we could never know when we made that decision, we could never know that at someday she will have such emotional conditions because of that. And as for now, we are afraid that it's a bit too late for this surgery. This is why it's a very hard question for us, to be honest, very hard one. Very sad, the helicopter crash. Yes, June. Really, like I never thought before that some sort of ministers would bother me. I never thought that I would know the names of the ministers in our country, and I would know so many names of ministers of other countries. But we live in this reality, and in this particular case, we are really sad because that minister was probably one of the best we ever had on that position. And of course, it's a big loss.
Yeah, to add a bit about Christina's story of knowing all the names. So before the war, she hardly ever read any news. So like she was totally out of politics and out of everyday news. She was like living her own life without interacting with everything which was going on in society or in the country itself.
No, I had some subscriptions. Like I was always interested in the news about science, about
It's not like news, it's about more about topics.
yeah, but I just mean that you cannot say that I lived my own life and wasn't interested in the world. It sounds
Not in the world,
like
but in,
not
in
very
the
good.
in the
Yeah, in the politics, I was never interested.
economic society.
The only thing I knew was the name of our president, maybe the president of the United States,
Yeah.
and probably that's all. Now I know so many names. Hi, Chapati, sending love from Kochi. Chapati, love from Kochi to you. And love to Kochi from us too. We adore this amazing city and hope to visit it again quite soon.
Let's play.
Oh, yes, June. Boris Johnson has visited Kiev today. We are always so glad to see him here. It always brings us amazing mood and
His official friend of Ukraine.
yeah, official best friend of Ukraine. Chatty. Come on. Yeah, so hello, Chapati. Love from Bangladesh. Love from Bangladesh. Yeah, thank you for joining us. What else? Love from Hyderabad, Chapati. Unfortunately, we didn't visit Hyderabad, and we should definitely do that. I couldn't find the word which I wanted, but okay, we should definitely do that when we visit India next time. Сонечка, яка в тебе гарна зачіска, writes my mom. My mom writes that I have a very beautiful hair dressing, yep, or how it's called. Yeah, but thank you. I think it's funny. Thank you. Дякую, мамочко. Suvarna, a big hug and lots of kisses for Chapati and hug for you guys too. Thank you, Suvarna. Hugs and kisses to you too. Well, Eugene, will you try to join us one more time?
Yeah,
Chapati is now getting treats.
So she's like super happy about that.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Namaste.
I would be also happy.
Namaste.
Chappy.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
a good girl? Chappy is a good girl. Anushka Nazareth, hi Chapati, lots of hugs and kisses for you. Please stay safe. Thank you so much. Anushka, am I right? Because you know it absolutely sounds how I call my mom in Ukrainian. Her name is Anna or Hanna. But usually in the family we call her Anushka. So it's really nice to see this name in the context of the other country.
I think it's quite popular in India.
Yeah, we've seen it, I think, for a few times at least. I'm just not absolutely sure on the proper pronunciation. Hi guys, why you named him Chapati? Bins asks us. Chapati is a girl, so she's she, not him. We named her Chapati because first because we adore this dish. We adore chapatis. I adore eating all curries and masalas with chapati. I'm not such a big fan of rice, so I would always in India I would buy a curry and few chapatis in order to eat all those sauce with it. And particularly, we named her Chapati because of the same color, because chapatis are made from unbleached flour, so it has more yellowish color. Plus, Chapati, when we found her, she was same thin and small as Chapati, and also she had tons and tons of ticks and fleas, and all those ticks and fleas looked like this small black dots, same as those burn ups on chapati bread when you cook it on the opened fire. So this is the reason why we named her Chapati. And also we wanted her name to bring some positive emotions, to make people smile, like not something too serious, something really funny and pleasing. And when Indians started to ask what's the name of our dog, and I told that her name is Chapati, everyone began to laugh so hard. And I realized that it's a perfect name because these are those emotions which I wanted people to feel when they know her name. So only positive. Yep. So this is why Chapati. Guys, maybe you have any other questions? Please let us know because you see it's now a bit hard for me to make this stream because Eugene had to leave in order to work with Chapati in order to make her mood better. So I'm not absolutely sure what I'm going to tell you next. So if you had any questions, it would make me a bit more comfortable to understand what I'm going to do next in this stream. While Eugene is now still giving some treats to Chapati, he's asking her to sit, to lay down, to make some other tricks, and she gets treats for that. And of course, it amazingly calms her down, and she now feels much better, as you have seen that just probably 10 minutes ago. Suvarna, thank you so much for your question. How do you keep Chapati calm during all the unrest? Eugene, do you understand what does it mean, all the unrest? How do you keep? When everything is so messy and wrong. Uh-huh. Well, so it depends on the situation because if we're talking about this current war situation and explosions, it's technically almost impossible to calm her down in those moments. So first, we bought this special vest. We ordered it from the USA. It's called Thunder Short. Uh, it's especially designed to calm down dogs and cats, and I would say that it helps, but it doesn't help at all 100% because when we're talking about explosions, it's way too scary. So probably for more minor um, situations, it would be absolutely perfect and it would calm Chapati down. But when we're talking about explosions, it's really scary. It's really scary for everyone, and especially for a dog who can never understand what is going on. And plus, you might remember that dogs have a many, like almost 100 times better ear than we have, so they hear it in times and times louder than we do. So at that point, we just, of course, we put on that vest, but we also try to give her some treats, to talk with her. Our biggest, always our biggest work is to stay calm ourselves, because if she would see that we are also stressed, she would be stressed many times more. So our first and main task is to remain calm ourselves, and then we are just yeah, just trying to talk to her, trying to відволікати, yeah, trying to distract her. It's always like the best thing, trying to distract. And of course, making some tricks with her, yep, giving her some commands and then giving treats when she makes that is always one of the best ways to distract. um, During the last stream, we've got a recommendation on using cannabinol oil, which unfortunately isn't allowed in Ukraine still, because marijuana is not legalized. But after the stream, I started to think about that, and we decided that probably we should try to order that uh, from like, maybe not directly, because they don't send it directly to other countries, because they cannot sell it to countries which where marijuana isn't legalized yet. But maybe we can order it inside the USA and then dispatch it, because it could really help Chapati feel much better. And it's not such a big risk, because it's not actual drugs, so I don't think that someone will put us to jail only because we ordered some medication for our dog. So I think that we should try this option, because now times are super hard, and anything which might help would be perfect to try, if it gives you a chance to help. How, how is the food situation for you and Chapati? Thank you, Becky, for your question. The situation with food for Chapati is now fine. You probably might remember that we had this huge trouble at the beginning of full-scale war. So for the first 3 months, we absolutely couldn't find, like, there was no Chapati's regular food in Ukraine at all. And the choices were very limited, super limited. So we had to feed her with what we could buy, and then at some point she had such a severe allergy. She started to lose her hair. Like, her belly was absolutely bald. Absolutely, she lost lots of hair, and her ears were super red. But luckily, before it started to be even a bigger problem, we like, at some point after 3 months, uh,
She still
Yeah.
wants to play with me.
so after 3 months, this regular Chapati's food became again available in Ukraine, and now almost all brands are available in Ukraine. So now there is no trouble with it, but it's always a question of time. Yeah, maybe today it's not a problem, but who knows what happens tomorrow. So now every time we buy this food, we buy it in advance. We take 2 huge packs, to have this for at least 3 more months, because like now we feel much better if we know that we have this food for at least 3 months. It's not a problem with our food at all because, of course, there is not everything available here in Ukraine now, and of course, everything started to cost many, many more times than it used to. But but food is something you have to buy. You don't have a choice. Like you can not buy anything else but food and I don't know, maybe medications. Yep, it's something which you have to do it. And if there is no some sort of products, it's not a big trouble because you can always change it with something else. We people are easier in this situation rather than dogs because dogs really their body, their organism, it requires to have absolutely same food. It's good for them to have absolutely same food, but for us, for people, our digestive system is absolutely fine to make some changes at time. So I wouldn't say that there is any trouble with it. Yep, we just we cannot afford to buy some stuff which what I used to eat. So I'm not a vegetarian. I call my diet a mammal-free diet. So I only eat fish, sea products, and chicken also. But as for now, fish and seafood is way too expensive in Ukraine because most of it is exported. Our Crimea is under occupation, so we don't have our enough of our own supplies. Yep, so everything is exported and it costs a lot. So now I just don't eat it, but I still have like an option to eat chicken, to eat some vegetables, to okay, so there are few sorts of fish which is cheap because it's available in Ukraine still. So yes, everything is fine with that, I would say. Well, guys, actually, I wanted to share many more things with you, but it's such a pity that that our stream again was a bit interrupted with Chapati's bad mood, and Eugene now has to spend time calming her down. Uh, I don't know. Is there a chance that you will try to join again, or
No.
not a big chance?
I,
Yes.
I can only say
For a moment.
she will be back. The
Uh,
only thing I like tried to do, and I really succeeded in destruction Chapati was treats, were treats.
and now,
And now she's even more.
yeah, so probably we'll have to finish and leave some news for the next time. I will just
Come on.
read June's message on BBC this week. They were talking about animal charity breaking the chains. Have you heard of them? They rescue pets, farm animals, do animals anything. Breaking the chains? No, I've never heard about them.
But we will read.
I will check it out, but I would say that in the context of war, our most famous organization who helps animals is You Animals, and I know this guy. These are like it's a charity whom I totally trust. I know that they do amazing work, and they already saved so many lives, so many lives. I try to donate to them at times when I find such possibility. Maybe you remember that on my birthday in October, I was collecting donations to donate for You Animals. Unfortunately, we didn't make a very big amount of money. It was something like 500 US dollars. Of course, they need much, 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 much more because you understand how many animals are now in a need in Ukraine. But still, I was happy to do at least something. Uh, but yeah, breaking the chains, I've never heard about them before, and I will check out the Christina show today. Yes, Jess. But I wasn't ready for that. Maybe you remember there was one time when Eugene had an important meeting and I was making the stream on my own with Chapati, of course. And at that point, I knew that I'm going to be alone and I just got prepared and everything was quite fine. And today I wasn't ready to be alone. I thought we're going to be all together telling everything, but it happened as it happened. Hey, hi, I'm from India. Hello, Yash Mishra. Nice to see you here with us. Chapati is also from India. And we are from Ukraine. And we hope that we will have a possibility to visit India again. I wouldn't say that it's going to be very soon, but I hope that it will be quite soon at least. Becky, you've done really well. Good to see you. Hope next week is better for you all. Take care, sending love and hugs. Thank you so much, Becky. Thank you. I tried. You're doing amazing. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Jackie. And thanks to everyone. You are doing fine. Thanks to June. Well, guys, yep. I don't know. I think that speaking about main use, we told main use, answered some of your questions, and uh, okay. No, I think we still have chance to share this news with you. Chubby, please.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, I will tell it by myself because I already made a spoiler and it's not good to leave this cliffhanger. Yep. So what I wanted to share with you, and I think we're going to share that on Instagram post too, is that Eugene found a job, a very great job. I mean, in the context of it's a very interesting project. It's a very inspiring project. It's a part-time job, so it doesn't mean that we're no longer going to have our troubles with income. So it only uh, solves one small part of the problem. But we are absolutely happy because it's a very interesting project and Eugene will now be inspired working on it. And Eugene became a part of Nomad Mania team. Nomad Mania is a travelers community which we find as the coolest traveling community in the world. Chapati was verified by Nomad Mania as the best traveled pet some time ago. Maybe you remember. Chapati also gave an interview for Nomad Mania, which was really amazing. It's probably one of my favorite interviews we ever gave. So I will surely share it with you again in the stories. So Eugene is now going to head the marketing manager position, and his job will be to uh, make um, I'm not sure how it's called in English.
Grow.
Yeah, to grow up the community, let's say it like this, to grow up the community, to increase the value of nomad mania for many travelers in the world. So I think that very soon we are going to share more stuff about Nomad Mania, because it's Eugene's new job, and also, of course, because we are truly interested in this project. We are really inspired, and we do really hope that someday this stupid war is going to end, and we are going to go back to our normal life, and we are going to travel again as we used to, and we are going to become members of uh, traveling community again, not only theoretically but practically too. So please stay tuned, and we will share much more interesting information with you about Nomad Mania, about different projects, and so on and so on. You have to visit us in Hyderabad when in India and stay with us, of course. Thank you, Savarna. We will definitely do that. And we're getting love from Kerala again, which is always amazing. And Eugene, you are receiving congratulations from
Thank you
Savarna,
very much,
from
guys.
June, from Amirah, and I'm sure that from everyone else who is here with us today. So, yeah, guys, I think that on this positive moment, before it started to be negative again, we probably have to finish, because as soon as we finish, Chapati will feel much calmer again.
And to distract her even more,
Yes.
we will go for a walk.
Yes.
So she's gonna be super fine.
Yeah.
So
So
thank you, guys.
thank you for being with us today.
I hope it's gonna be better next week. I hope the chapati
Yeah,
will
we
be
say that
calmer.
each week.
Yeah, but one day it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, it surely has.
Okay, guys.
Bye bye.
Yes, see you next week. Have a nice week and thank you for being with us.